I think it's important to know what you believe about money, because it can give you some insight into decisions that you make, maybe poor habits or poor decisions that you've made, or just general troubles in your financial life, and it might give you some insight.
Sometimes I'll ask clients what their first money memory was. What was the first time that you really remember interacting with money? And it might have been, when they had an allowance, or when they, went to the convenience store and bought a candy bar with money they earned, or when they loaned money to a friend and didn't get paid back, or something like that. So it's interesting and can be very helpful to sort of think about your early encounter with money and whether or not that actually impacted the way that you interact with money now.
Yeah, it could also be something that you actually remember your parents or maybe a grandparent or somebody actively teaching you about money, or some message that you received from them that kind of formed a core belief for you about money.
That's super true. I mean, there was a whole generation that had very similar views of money and investing. So think about it. Most of these people have now died. Unfortunately, these would be my grandparents' generation, who were young children in the late 20s and early to mid 30s during the Great Depression. And that experience of scarcity and unemployment and soup lines and all of those terrible things imprinted them, and actually are still being carried by their children and grandchildren in the future generations today. So it really is a pretty profound thing. But that was an entire generation.